So interestingly, when I first joined Coca-Cola, 1 week before I started, my boss called me on the phone and said, "Hey, we have this tool. I don't like it. We're going to get rid of it." And so I ended up telling my boss that we actually have something pretty good here. Of course, there are opportunities to improve, but right now there's not any great challengers. And then recently we're switching to Lyric, and that's been really great because now there's a pretty good one that we feel comfortable to switch to. I'm Saeed Siddiqi. I've been at Coca-Cola for 4.5 years, and I'm the Senior Director of Supply Chain Optimization for Coca North America. My team is responsible for what we call rolling estimate planning. We have this large scale model that has all of our plants, warehouses, and what we do is we say, based on the current configuration, what do we expect to happen for the next 24 months? The second core area is what we call transition planning. The third core area is the more classical network optimization type of work. The biggest bottlenecks for our team in general is getting the data prepped and in a position to be absorbed into a model. And then the modeling portion is where we spend a lot of time trying to make things work and trying to figure out what are the appropriate scenarios to drive the right business results, decisions, and actions. When we evaluated several of the other competitors, what I was thinking about is, can you do things like take-or-pay models with custom constraints? Is the user interface similar at parity or better, right? And lastly, will this be easy for my team to use, yes or no? And are they on a path to make it easy for the team? Some of the ways that I'm expecting us to evolve using Lyric are in a couple ways. Because all the data is kind of already in Lyric, we're able to build some good reporting so that we don't have to do that exporting process before we publish it or push it out into the different systems, right? Another way that I'm expecting it to change is that we're able to run a lot of these models in parallel, and as a result we'll be able to kind of combine all the outputs in the kind of like Lyric environment before pushing it out into the different parts of the organization. When you think of platform first, it's not like opening up the old modeling types of softwares. There's not an instant template that's right there, but I think once you get a handle of the different types of nodes and the different types of problems that you're trying to solve, it becomes very powerful because it'll allow me to build the inputs better, and then it can plug right in to the optimization node. So you're able to utilize all these utilities up front and make your life easier as a modeler. The marriage of kind of being able to manage your data and have access to it in the same platform as the actual modeling was a big difference maker for me. And then the other big aha moment is really this idea of building models in parallel and in sequence, right? The ability to kind of, decompose and then recompose the models, or even run them like model A here, plug into model B. That vision is something that I thought was really, really powerful, and none of the other competitors were really able to do. So that's what I was very excited about, and what got me to decide that Lyric was the right path forward for us. Some of the capabilities that we want to invest in with Lyric is really around automating some of the reporting that we do. So today we have it automated. We generate this Excel report to make a series of pivot tables that the supply planning team uses. And one of the things that we want to do in order to skip that step is basically automatically generate some of these reports in Lyric and then get access to the supply planning team so that they can work through it independently, and it's constantly refreshing. They don't have to just wait once a week for us to make an Excel report and then email it to them, right? So with the ecosystem of Coke, it's been really, really interesting to see how this evolves, because what we found is that more and more of the Coke entities have signed up with Lyric. And it's created this really interesting opportunity because the supply chain team just got rolled into the North America supply chain team. And one of the really cool opportunities is, okay, how do we share data between these two instances of the platform, right? And harmonizing the data, having it run through the same kind of automation flows will allow us to more efficiently kind of integrate. Other collaboration opportunities are really, there's a global logistics services team that we work with as well that just moved to Lyric. They run our annual bidding process that is built on the outputs of our rolling estimate model. So being able to take the outputs of our model and then have it feed into their Lyric instance could be a really powerful thing as well. our team is kind of identified as the optimization team. But if I think about where I want my team to go, it's really broader supply chain analytics kind of team. And so one of the really amazing things about Lyric is that, yeah, sure, we still have to have a core focus in optimization, but the ability to add in new types of algorithms, new types of tools, new tools in the toolkit will really allow my team to kind of expand beyond just an optimization capability into a broader supply chain analytics capability. And that's certainly a toolkit that we wouldn't have had with another competitor. The one word I would use to describe Lyric is versatile. There's so many different capabilities that are within the toolkit of Lyric, and the ability to kind of bring them together and the ability to stack them on top of each other is something that's really unique and we're excited about.